Assalamualaikum and welcome back to Just Law on IQRA TV. This is the second part to the show. Just before our break, we were looking at visitor applications. So in terms of immigration law, we were looking at visitor applications, how to make a successful visitor application or how to try and increase your chances for a successful outcome. And in the first part, what I looked at is the role that a sponsor, a United Kingdom sponsor, plays in that visitor application, how they support the relative's application to come to the United Kingdom as a visitor. So that's what we did in the first part. So let's look at now, let's move on, let's look at what the applicant needs to do in their home country, whether it's India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. What does the applicant need to do? What kind of documents does the applicant need to submit themselves? Now, we get a lot of queries, and indeed just before the break we had a caller who was asking about how important is it to show the applicant's financial circumstances. And normally the reason behind this question is that understandably those who are in the UK, the sponsors who are in the UK, they say, well look, we as sponsors will be sponsoring the whole visit. So I am showing my wage slips and bank statements. I am showing that I am able to bear the total cost of the trip. So why is it important that the person who's coming over, my mother, my father who's coming over, why is it important that they need to submit their documents, their financial documents, when I am bearing the total cost of the trip? Now the reason for that is that what the Home Office is most interested in a visitor application, the most important thing for them is what is the financial situation of the person who is coming to the United Kingdom. What is their income? What money is going into their account? And what do they have in terms of saving? What assets do they have? So they are really bothered about the applicant's financial circumstances in their home country. So if it's your mum that you're sponsoring to come to the United Kingdom, what is her circumstance? Let's take our next call and return to this after that. Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Hello, वालेकुम सलाम.
जी
हाँ जी
जी
मैं क्या कि अपने मामू ਨੂੰ ਬੁਲਾਣਾ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਤੋਂ
जी
ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਾਗਜ਼ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਵੇਜ ਸਲਿੱਪ ਹਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮਕਾਨ ਹਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ
ਜੀ
ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਆਣਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਉਮਰ 60 ਸਾਲ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ ਦਾਵੇ ਕੋਈ स्टेटमेंट कोई मकान अपना में ਉਹਦਾ बाकी कोई स्टेटमेंट वगैरह कुछ नहीं हैगी
जी
तो ਉਹਦਾ ਕੀ करना चाहिए?
तो उसका जो अभी खर्च, वो उसके खुद के खर्चे कैसे अभी निकाल रहे हैं?
अब वो इतना काम करता है जो अपने खर्चे हो जाते हैं उसके
जी, तो वो
हम यहाँ से खर्च करेंगे उसके लिए
जी. तो मगर उसके जो पाकिस्तान में जो अगर वो काम कर रहा है तो उसका कुछ प्रूफ डालना चाहिए. इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या है, अगर कुछ भी नहीं डालेंगे ना, अगर ये कहेंगे कि लोग मेरे पास कोई प्रूफ नहीं है मेरी इनकम की और मेरे पास बैंक अकाउंट भी नहीं है क्योंकि मुझको कोई ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ी.
बैंक अकाउंट जो है वो इतने पैसे कोई नहीं ना उसके अंदर. जी,
तो असल में लो ये बताना पड़ेगा. मगर अगर इतने पैसे नहीं है, अगर उसके काम से इतनी इनकम नहीं है तो फिर उसके लिए थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाता है. आप जब अप्लाई करेंगे तो आप बताएंगे कि आप सारा ख़र्चा निकालेंगे और उसको बताना होगा फॉर्म में कि मेरे लिए कुछ भी ख़र्चा नहीं है, ज़ीरो, एक पेनी का भी ख़र्चा नहीं है. प्लेन टिकट जो एयरलाइन टिकट है वो भी मेरे स्पॉन्सर दे रहे हैं, सारा ख़र्चा भी वो निकाल रहे हैं. सब मेरे लिए तो कुछ ख़र्चा ही नहीं है. तब भी उसको कुछ तो बताना, उसका बैंक स्टेटमेंट तो बताना पड़ेगा कि लोग ये बैंक में मेरे पास ये पैसे. अगर उसके पास बच्चे हैं पाकिस्तान में,
बच्चे बड़े हैं वो अपना काम करते हैं
जी, मगर अगर बच्चे
उसकी एक और प्रॉपर्टी है वो रेंट दी हो या आता है ना खर्चा, वो बैंक में नहीं जाता, वो कैश ही लेते हैं उसका
जी. ऐसा भाई पाकिस्तान में, इंडिया में यही प्रॉब्लम है ना. तो उसके लिए बेहतर क्या है कि ये थोड़ा सा वेट कर ले और ये जो कागज़ होम ऑफिस को चाहिए तो वो तैयार करे. 6 महीने लगे, 1 साल लगे, इट डजंट मैटर. सो फॉर एग्जांपल वो 1 महीने का 1 साल का रिकॉर्ड बनाए कि लोग काम के पैसे मैं बैंक में डाल रहा हूँ, हर महीने मैंने इतने पैसे डाले, रेंट के पैसे डायरेक्टली बैंक में आते हैं या तो मैं हर महीने टाइम पे डाल रहा हूँ. तो वो थोड़ा सा एविडेंस ये लोग को जो चाहिए ना, तो वो एविडेंस वो तैयार करें. अगर वैसे ही अप्लाई कर देगा, क्योंकि लुक मेरे पास तो जो पैसे आते हैं वो तो मैं खर्च कर देता हूँ, बैंक में नहीं डालता, रेंट के पैसे हैं वो भी मैं बैंक में नहीं डाल रहा हूँ, मैं तो यूज़ कर लेता हूँ, तो वो तो बिल्कुल रिफ्यूज़ ही कर देंगे ना। वैसे भी ये केसेस में 50% चांस है एट मोस्ट। अगर बिल्कुल ही तैयारी नहीं की, वैसे ही उसने अप्लाई कर दिया, तो 50% की जगह में 5-10% चांस होगा एप्लीकेशन।
अच्छा,
ये
शुक्रिया आपका।
जी, नो प्रॉब्लम है, जज़ाक, थैंक यू है आपका कॉल का, थैंक यू। So what is it that the applicant needs to do in their home country? The key thing is, what is their financial situation? In the end, the Home Office simply looks at that. And even with that focus, what they actually look at is the applicant's bank statement. So if the last 6 months or last 12 months bank statements are submitted, the Home Office simply, the immigration officer simply focuses on that. And it's really simple as far as they're concerned. And this is where we always struggle when we advise applicants is, look, if you're saying that your income is from your business, and you say, look, I earn X amount of money from my business, does your bank statement corroborate that? So every month is our regular deposits going into your account in line with your claimed income. If you're saying, for example, and again this is normal, that look, we've got land which is rented out, we've got property which is rented out, is your money coming in from the rent? Is your rental money coming in from, if you're renting these properties or land out, is money coming in? Does your bank account demonstrate that? So the focus is on the applicant, the relatives' financial circumstances, and in particular the focus is on their bank statement. Does the bank statement confirm or corroborate what the claimed income is? So you need to really get it black and white as much as possible. So if somebody is working, try and make sure the money goes into their bank account, the salary goes into the bank account. If you're getting cash in hand, make sure that you submit, you deposit the money into the bank account. The problem we tend to have is that a lot of applicants who are coming over, they may be farmers or they may have businesses. The problem is that how do you demonstrate what your profits are from the business? That all you can do is have regular deposits going into your bank account. That's all you can do. Another thing that you can do is, what you could do is, for your business, you could have a separate bank account and say, look, this is my business bank account. Every month I take drawings. This is the amount of money I get. This is my personal bank account, which shows the money that I'm taking from my business. So if you've got rental income, what you can do is show that you own the property from which you derive rental income. If there is some kind of lease agreement or tenancy agreement, show that to say, look, I am guaranteed X amount of money from the rent for this particular property or land. And get your tenant to transfer the money into the bank account. Make sure it's a consistent amount that's coming in. So the key thing here, the key theme here is focus on the applicant's financial circumstances. Demonstrate what is being earned in black and white on paper. So finances is the first thing. Now, sometimes what you get is that people are elderly, they're not working. Fine, if that's the case, try and demonstrate if there's any pension income. Try and demonstrate that. If they live with their family members, their children, their sons, etc., put their evidence of their income in to say, look, this is our family income, this is how we live. So that's what you do in terms of demonstrating what their financial circumstances look like. If they have assets, demonstrate in terms of documents what those assets are. So typically it may be that they own the house that they live in. Submit evidence of that. If you can get a valuation report to say what the house is worth, submit evidence of that. If you own land or other properties, submit proof of that. Get a valuation report to say what that is worth. If you have savings or investments, demonstrate where those investments are in terms of documents. If they are in certain savings accounts, show that they are in a savings account. They may be generating a certain amount of income. Show what that income is that's generated from those savings, and show where that money is going into the bank. So on the one hand, you've got your income. On the other hand, you've got your assets, your house, your other land, etc. So we'll take our next call and we'll come back to this. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Ji.
Yes, okay. I wanted to know, I wanted to apply for my wife in Bangladesh.
Okay.
To come over here on a visit visa.
Okay. All right.
So what it is, because
okay.
Actually I'm separate here. I've been 6 years separated. So
Okay.
I went to Bangladesh and I got married.
Okay. So have you divorced from your first wife here or not, or just separated? Okay. Okay. So are you divorced?
No, separate.
Just
Not
separate.
divorced.
I understand
So
that.
I have a son who is 4.5 years old. He's living with me here in England.
I understand that. I understand. Look, what your wife can do is make a visitor application. Now, the problem is a lot of these applications are
You know, I bought.
yeah. Okay. We're sort of running out of time as well, so I'll give you a very little time, but let me give you a quick answer. She can apply as a visitor. The likelihood it will be refused because you're here in the UK, because your son is here. So they will say she's coming to stay here permanently. She won't go back. So that will be their concern. But what you should do is appeal against this. This is one of those things where you can appeal because there are human rights issues here. She's coming to see not just you, but her son who is in the United Kingdom. So you could possibly, this is a very unusual situation where possibly you can appeal against that decision. So if it's refused, like it's likely to be, you can make an application for, you can appeal against the decision. There may be other options as well for your wife. The problem is we are running out of time, but if you do call next week at 6 o'clock, I will look at your question, your query in more detail. So today what I've just tried to do is summarize quickly what a sponsor needs to do and what an applicant needs to do from abroad to make a successful visitor application. That, unfortunately, brings us to the end of the show. Hopefully, we'll be back next week on Monday at 6 o'clock. Hopefully, inshallah, see you